Hi, I'm Miranda Simon, and you're watching City on the Mic. Hey everybody, I am Miranda Simon and I am here with Jaimie Zaki. She is a lactation consultant with Little Bear Lactation. First, I want to begin by talking a little bit about your website.
Yeah.
One thing that stood out to me was where you said a mother of 5 and a former midnight Googler. How did that lead Little Bear Lactation?
Yes, ma'am. When you have a new baby, you think you're ready. It's 3 o'clock in the morning and your baby's crying. You've tried everything and you're like, I don't know what's wrong. You go to Google and you start asking all of your questions that you're afraid to ask anybody else. Then you start getting some really scary answers. With my first baby, I was a nurse. I was like, oh, I'm a nurse. I read the books. I read the blogs. Breastfeeding is going to be so easy. Oh, my birth went sideways.
Yeah.
Breastfeeding went sideways. I kept just being told, like, maybe breastfeeding's not for you. You just weren't cut out for breastfeeding. My husband, actually, he's in the Air Force. My son was about 5 weeks old. We were still struggling with feeding. My husband had to up and go. He called my mom, and my mom came from 8 hours away to help me out so I wasn't alone. When I was explaining to her all the feeding issues, she was like, why don't you get a second opinion? And I, like, as a new mom, I was like, what? I can do that? She took me back home to our hometown. We found providers there who were able to figure out what was going on and get answers. I ended up going on to breastfeed him until he was over a year old. I started helping other new moms prepare for breastfeeding, navigate breastfeeding, and I fell in love with it. When I was pregnant with my second, I realized this is what I want to do. Objectively, there's only about 5 to 10% of moms who are medically incapable of breastfeeding. If something's going wrong, you owe it to yourself to understand what and why. It's tricky because it's a mom and a baby. The OB or midwife treats the mom, but they're not the baby's doctor. You go to the pediatrician, they're the baby's doctor. They're not the mom's doctor. So as a lactation consultant, both are my patients. When you had your babies, you might have been taught the nipple to nose.
I was.
So that skips the whole thing because your baby could have their chin tucked down like this, and you could do nipple to nose, and they're still gonna get a very shallow latch. Never put our hand on the baby's head because when the baby's coming through the birth canal, pressure on the head tells them to move away to navigate through the birth canal. So if they're nursing and we put pressure on the head, they're not gonna wanna latch, they're gonna wanna squirm. So we hold right here, the back of the neck like this, and you'll put your hand between the shoulder blades, and that'll help you support lifting their chin out.
Got it.
So that you can get that extension. Their chin comes out, the neck is extended, they can get a deeper latch and come on this way. This poor mom, her baby was hospitalized twice for failure to thrive. Nobody was able to figure out what was wrong. And I kid you not, within 15 minutes of the consult, I was like, let's do this adjustment with how you're latching. Immediately she said, I feel like she's getting more milk. That was a Thursday. She went for a follow-up on Wednesday with her pediatrician. The baby went from the 1st percentile to the 5th percentile.
What?
Yes, with just that change. Breastfeeding shouldn't hurt. It's a learned skill. You don't want to just keep stumbling through it and think it's gonna magically come together. You gotta stop and you've gotta say, oh, why is this hurting? Pause, make the adjustments that need to be made, and then it gets better. Sometimes there's challenges that the moms face physiologically. Then there's baby. Sometimes babies have issues like cleft palates, tongue ties. I had a tongue tie when I was younger, and they're genetic. All of my babies have had ties. The 1st and 5th were the worst. The difference was with my 5th, I knew how to handle it. It's not always going to be perfect, but we can make it a positive experience.
Do you recommend that funny shaped pillow, you know?
I don't, and I'll show you why. I'll show you why.
You don't?
We want to use the pillows to support our body, and then our body should support the baby's body. So if we do like a laid back position, we're supporting the baby, and then the pillows are supporting us.
Oh.
I know. And then I love the koala hold. With my 5th, I could not get her to nurse in any other position. Her feet would plant here, and they love to have their feet planted. If their feet are kicking, they get very upset. Sit up like this, even at a day old. Support the back of the neck. Have them latch this way. A lot of times when they're having latching issues, we can use our finger under here to support the chin. It also helps with reflux because they're upright. So yeah, my secret really is prenatal preparation. Learn the secrets to getting a good latch from the start. But if your baby is here and you are struggling, it is never too late to fix that pain. I host the Breastfeeding with Confidence podcast. From answering the most common questions to giving tips on how to enjoy the first week of breastfeeding with your baby, even when it can be challenging. And I also talk with other experts about how to heal from cesarean, navigate starting solids, all the different questions around thriving with your new baby.
Yeah. For those who would like to take advantage of your services, Jaimie, tell everybody how can they reach you?
Yeah, join me at littlebearlactation.com/support. Reach out and book a 20-minute Q&A consultation where we can just get your top breastfeeding questions answered. If we find out you need more support, we can create a custom package to make sure you're getting the support you need, whether that's virtually or in your home.
For those of you out there who would like to be featured on City on the Mic, go to mirandasimon.com and request an interview there. For all your real estate needs, call me directly at 325-513-8444. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, everybody. Explore your town, meet your neighbors, support your community. All right, so whenever we're ready, and I got Jaimie, Zaki, right?
Zaki, but yeah.
Zaki. Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of City on the Mic. I'm your host, Miranda Simon, and I'm here with Jaimie, Zaki. No, stop.